McGrath. I know. Look, I had to collect the cans and stuff in town. Yeah. Would you ever pick up Eamon on your way? Okay, so, yeah, see ya, sound. Billy, come in. Great you could make it.
Are we alone?
Yeah. McGrath picking up Eamon. And how you keeping?
The legs are killing me, Mike. I had to stop half a dozen times on the way over. And how's things with yourself, Mike?
And a sound as a pound, as they say. Did you come by the bog road?
No, over Tordove. If I came the bog road, there'd be someone sure to come on me.
Jesus, you'd want to be careful on Tordove, Billy.
I ought to know that track well enough, we know. Didn't I travel it often enough? Throw more turf out of it that would keep a power station going.
True enough, I suppose. It's just, if you miss your footing on that, huh?
Nah, there's no fear of that. There's a fine moon out, God.
There's a fellow nip in the air, though.
Oh, well, we're into November. The second day of it. Feast of All Souls.
Aye.
You found the key, all right?
Yeah. No bother, Brick. No bother.
This place gives me the creeps.
Bad memories, what?
Because there I found him, in a fire, in a pool of blood, nearly 6 years ago now. And he 4 years younger than myself. No one deserves that kind of an end.
That's why it's important we protect ourselves, Billy.
4 brothers and a sister of us, and myself is all that's left. If Bride was alive itself, this place here would still be a home. He took her with him, Mike. 10 weeks after he was murdered.
Yeah.
I took a terrible toll on her.
And the bastard's still out there, huh?
Yeah.
That's the killing thing. We've been lucky this year, so far. Too lucky almost. You see, Billy, it's all militating against us. 'Twas Grandwell Carey's wife was driving, huh?
And them are great always to give us the lift. Will she do?
Appears not. A few weeks, maybe less, he was told last night.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Too bad. It will hit him hard, Mike.
Yeah.
It will hit him hard. Do you think he'll call?
I pushed him to come, but he says he has to stay with him. Understandable, I suppose. Sure, he'll be off the road now in a month or two.
Oh, jeez, that's fierce. 2 pints and a drop is all he had, I believe.
Yeah, Jesus.
You can't take the chance anymore.
You can't even have the 1 pint now.
What?
And this latest caper is the last straw. Huh?
Oh, 'tis bad, all right.
Yeah.
Myra was a great woman to carry.
A bit strict, maybe at times, but a great heart. She'd do anything for you.
I don't know how she put up with him at all these past years. An awful man. He'd drink like Aaron.
Oh, the boys are here. Huh? Wasn't Carey with you for a while there in England?
Well, that's right. He came over a year or so after I left. Never really settled or missed Myra too much.
Aye.
Is it safe to come in?
Oh, McGrath!
God bless all here.
Amen.
Right.
Amen.
Break. God, me bones are shaking after that thing. I thought he'd better try it up if he expects me to be travelling with him in the future.
If I'd a leather jacket like that on me, I wouldn't set it to him at all. Anyway, lads, it's great to see you. Well, Eamon, how did the birthday go?
Fine, Mike, fine. I was only in the door when you rang. Stayed in Tralee last night.
Oh.
Had a few too many, you know.
You found them all well?
No fear of them. All better than myself.
That's the stuff. Well, now, lads, before we start, I took the liberty, if you don't mind, to let your Aunt Henny know what we're at here. I thought she'd be frightened if she saw the lights heading up this way. I thought it was best.
I should have called up to her, only I was so late getting back. She won't be telling anyone anyway, Mike. She doesn't go many places now, except Mass or that, like.
No, that's it. It's down to business, lads.
Crack 'em open, Mike, crack 'em open.
The business of having a homely drink together.
I see.
Something that we've been deprived of. Huh? That can't take the chance of driving to the village for a couple of pints without our cars being taken off us. And no, not being able to smoke is the last straw.
2 pints and a small one is okay, we had. Isn't that right, Mike?
Oh, that's right. And then there's those of us who are afraid in our own home. Huh? Afraid to go to sleep at night for fear of being murdered in our beds.
Jesus, Mike, would you open the drink?
We're almost there, McGrath. We're almost there. These things need to be said. It's important to realise why we're here in this house tonight.
Jacobs, Mike, you can still say it with a drink in your hand.
Fair comment, McGrath. Fair comment. Well, here goes it. A Bulmers for you, McGrath, huh? And I suppose it's a Jemison for you, Billy.
Grand, Mike. Grand.
And a chaser for me, Mike.
Coming up. You're sticking to the hydrogen, Eamon. Same as myself. And a Jemison for you, Billy, huh? Help yourself to the water.
God bless you, Mike.
This is home from home, lads. Only 10 times better.
And a Jemison for you, McGrath. Now, before we start, it's only right and fitting that we pay our respects to the man who spent many happy years here in this house, only for his life to be cut short by the scum that expect to be called human beings.
Jack Reardon was a great old buddy of mine.
Yeah.
Many's the good night we spent together below on the hollers. Booze and buddies we were.
A likeable soul, sure enough.
My God, indeed he was. And a huge loss to his brother Billy. We must thank Billy too, of course, for agreeing to this little arrangement. Something that suits us all, I'm sure you'll agree.
Jog it on.
You're welcome, lads. You're welcome.
Thanks, Bill, thanks. So now, lads, now, a toast, if you would.
To Jack Reardon.
Yes, indeed. To a great brother who should still be with us. To Jack.
Jack?
Jack.
Maybe we could say a little prayer for him, lads. Seeing as the night that's in the and it being his house and all, like, and for bride.
And Tommy, my old pal Tommy, don't forget him. And Pa.
How could I forget, lads?
Oh.
How could I forget?
Sure, Brick. Sure.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost, amen. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death, amen. Sweet Jesus, who died on the cross for us, have mercy on Jack, and on all our brothers and sisters, and on our parents who have gone before us, that God might grant them eternal peace and rest with you in heaven. Dear Jesus, be our protector and our refuge tonight and every night.
Amen.
And let us not forget Myra Carey and Willie, who is suffering with her, that God might grant her remission if it is his holy will. Most sacred heart of Jesus, I place all my trust in thee. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
You seem very close to God, Billy.
He's been a good friend to me, Emin. I pray a lot to him.
We all need a few prayers, Brick. And with the times we're living in, we certainly need to have the man above on our side.
Oh, yes.
Now, lads, before we settle in, there's a few house rules, as it were, to be drawn up. The tenner of money you gave on Sunday night helped us to get things started here tonight, but to be fair to everyone and to keep the finances right, I'm proposing that we...
Going forward, as the lads in the dial says.
I'm proposing that we all contribute €20 a man here tonight.
What colour not is that now, lads?
I made out a chart, lads, to keep track of who drinks what. So, every time we take a drink, we mark it down. So if we say, every drink is, let's say, €2.
Yeah.
Well, that will mean a surplus. That will mean free drink later on, once every few weeks or so.
Now you're sucking diesel.
How does that seem to you, lads? Eamon?
I was never good in the sums when I going to school, Mike. I'll take your word for it.
McGrath?
You know me, Mike? In for a penny, in for a pound.
Okay with you, Break?
I'm just glad we're all here, Mike, that we can have a drink together, meet up for a chat, whatever it costs.
So we never drank as cheap as this, lads. Our men below the hurlers wouldn't be too happy if he could see us now.
All the reason that we keep this to ourselves, lads. Because, like I said, it's all militating against us out here in the country. Just look at the last 10 or 15 years, The school is gone, the guards' barracks, the creamery, the post office, all gone.
Oh,
And by the looks of it, the hurlers will be gone after Christmas.
That'll leave Benny with 2 pubs. And I remember a time when there was 5 of them there. They all doing well.
What we must remember, lads, is this place, if it's to be our little hideout, it must be protected and kept to ourselves at all costs. We might have the benefit of being isolated out here in the country, but what we must remember, there are people out there who know what you'll be having for your breakfast.
I know.
And that's outside of the gurriers that pray at the likes of you and me. If the news gets out about this place, lads, we're back to square one. Now, I ask you, is there anything nicer than to be able to share a drink together with friends, the people we've lived alongside all our lives? Huh?
Permission to get another can, Mr. Chairman.
Sure, man, sure. Just be sure to mark it on your sheet. Jesus, here, look. First. Look, here. Keep it tidy, will you? Keep it tidy.
Any chance, Mike, you can get a couple of glasses? I'm mad about drinking over these cans. Or if there was bottles.
Well, I didn't look for bottles now, to be honest, but I will. And sure, the glasses should be no great problem, man.
So they can all come out of the central fund. So try the pound shop in town, they've everything there.
Pint glasses, I suppose.
Oh, Christ, I couldn't drink out of a pint glass. Whatever's in it.
A creature of habit. That's what you are, Eamon. No me. I drink it out of Mary Quigley's paw.
There'd be a nice sweet little sound out of Mary's paw, then I'd say.
Sideways, Mary. The boys are in the kitchen. No doubt, lads, but she's one fine bit of stuff.
I have to confess, lads, she's the main reason I'm still going to mass.
God, Mike, I thought now that Chrissy Tierney would be more to your fancy.
Great comfort there, Mike. She's a bit of a Dolly Parton up there.
Yeah. There's nothing at all wrong with Chrissy. A bit generous in that department, all right, but the best cook in the parish, they say.
A good recommendation in itself. Well, Mike, you can have Chrissy, no problem. If I can have Mary Quigley.
Yes, that's very noble of you, McGrath.
Mention.
But seeing as you've no hope with Mary Quigley, there's no need for me to bother poor old Chrissy here. Are you all right there, Rick?
Oh, grand, Mike, grand.
Here now, let me top you up.
Oh, that's it. Oh, go ahead.
You seem a bit quiet in yourself, Billy. Not saying much like.
I don't know, just thinking there, during your bit of banter about the girls, how come we've all wound up to be on our own?
It's the price of independence, Billy. We can come and go as we please. No one to question us where we've been. To tell us we should have been home hours ago.
A big price to pay, though, Eamon, don't you think?
Look here, lads. I was scalded for 3.5 long years. Well, okay. 3 years maybe. The first 6 months wasn't too bad. Plenty of the other thing and all that. But once the youngster came along, that was it for me.
You were a silly man to let it slip, Eamon.
Silly man! Silly man! There's nothing silly about being your own man, Billy. I've been able to go to every match, every point to point, every dogfight he wants to see. Those 3 years were the worst years of my life. Couldn't move outside the fucking door and there was a problem. And you were telling me I was a silly man?
Here. There's no need to get overexcited about it, Eamon. That's the way Billy sees it as all, just contributing to the conversation, like.
Which was I was in the situation. Not Billy. He wouldn't know. None of you would. All right?
Yeah.
So, what you're saying, Eamon, is that you don't regret losing your family.
The best thing I ever did.
Jesus. And then, of course, there was the sister-in-law, Pauline.
I'm sorry, Billy, for all the swearing there. Because I know you don't like it. And that's one subject that brings up the worst in me. No. Anything else we can talk about?
Yeah? Mugra?
Sure, yeah. Why not?
Not a little drop in that there break?
Is he now? Is he? The night is long.
And so's me lad, Brick. So's me lad. They got the old adrenaline flowing there, boys. Huh? A touchy subject, Eamon, huh?
Yeah, it is.
But you seldom see your young lad or herself, Eamon, since they left that time.
Well, I saw enough of them yesterday to keep me going for a while. I can tell you that.
The family reunion, huh?
Trying to play happy families for the dead. You're fucking kidding me. And then, the prick with the camera. Smile for the camera now. Happy smiles now. Happy smiles.
That's a good one, all right. Happy smiles, man.
Ah, no, it must have been hard all right with all our family there and all.
You can say that again. It was the father contacted me. There's no way herself or the mother would have invited me. It was he persuaded me to go, like. So I should try to be there this year for the young lad's sake, you know.
Of course, of course.
And the father is sound. Thank me for coming in that. It wasn't an easy one, lads, I can tell you. The two brothers there. Heads like fucking mallets on them.
And Pauline, how did she behave?
Ah, she was okay.
No, those lads, but she's one fine. All of a one.
But the day went off all right, Eamon, huh?
Ah,
That's the main thing.
the had few jibes from herself. The mother joining in. It wasn't too bad until after the supper. The wife started downing the wine. Then it started in earnest. Turned on the sister even. Accused her of flirting with me. Fucking head case, huh?
An awkward one, Eamon, I'd say, huh?
And was she flirting with you like?
No, she was suggesting that I stay over for the night. Seeing as I had a few drinks in it. I said she'd book a place in town for me. That's when the other one attacked.
Time to bail out at that stage, I'd say, Eamon.
Sure. The father was all apologies. Himself and Pauline joined me for a few later in the Brandon.
You made a night of it, so.
You know yourself. We sank a few all right. Sure. No way I could drive home at that stage.
Oh.
Stayed in the Brandon, I suppose.
Like you're joking me. Best part of €100 for the night. Anyway, Pauline said she was after booking me into a B&B nearby and said she'd walk me up to it. only to discover when we got there. It was her place we were at.
No way was it?
Don't tell me. You didn't, did you? Eamon?
You a vampire!
There's something else, you know that?
I know! Look, leave it now. No need to rub me nose in it. Tell the truth. Didn't take a lot of persuading. What with the pressure of the wife and her old one jibing at me. Okay, I didn't expect them to throw their arms around me. It was I who was making the effort to be there. They could have been a bit civil at least.
I'll leave raising enough to go riding the sister. What in the name of God were you thinking of?
The rose and Shalii be the sound. What else would you be thinking of with an invitation like that? And they're right here, man. She a finer woman if you'd wish to see. I remarked it myself the day of the wedding, so didn't I dance for her?
Jesus, she was made up with you.
That was just with a few drinks in and all. Well, it's not as if they've been beating a pack to me door. Fuck.
Just as well she's down in Kerry-Eamon and you're up here. Look, well, 'tis all behind you now.
Like the one with the big ass, what?
Thanks. Yeah.
And what about the buckle here? You know, when your mother died, they all said Rita, my queen, was going to move in.
Well, they were wrong, weren't they? That chance is long gone. A lovely girl, but far better off without the likes of me. Anyway, here she's after moving down the Waterford direction. Going out with a fella down that side.
And I've a fella here. You ain't going out with no.
What about yourself there, Billy? It appears you were doing all right in that department when you were across the pond that time.
Oh, a distant memory I don't like to dwell too much on, Mike.
It's the one thing I always regret. Not having made the break and gone to England myself.
How's that, Mike?
A good few years ago now, I was 17, working in Dial sawmills, 2.10 a week. All the lads were going. Every Friday night there was someone leaving. Carrie and myself were great pals back then, always planning things. 'Twas the night Mick Green and Patsy Crimmin left it.
What?
And Carrie throws out the idea that me and him should go to England, huh?
And why didn't you go?
Well, the idea of immigrating never struck me before, but once Carrie mentioned it, him and me, like it took me over. Sort of consumed me. I floated home that night, told the mother I was going to England. Jesus.
I didn't like the idea, Mike. The
Jesus.
mother.
Nearly threw the claws of herself. Give me all the reasons why I should stay at home, huh?
Now we know that.
Mike was just saying there how he nearly went to London one time.
That was the night Carrie left, if you remember. Had the mother kicked up. Made me feel guilty for even thinking about it.
Oh, the mammies have a way of making us feel guilty, alright? Bitches, the most of them.
Yeah?
With all due respect to your mother, no, Mike. Couldn't meet a nicer woman, God rest her soul.
Mate,
They should have left all right, huh? Who knows what I'd be doing now?
could be 6 feet under, Mike. God knows best.
Maybe so, huh? Yeah, maybe so.
I know this sounds stupid now, but I could have sworn there was someone around outside.
Don't be daft.
How do you make that out?
Will you stop, will you?
I don't know, just something about it. I couldn't have a smell in the air or something.
And I told them, it's at least half an hour since I fasted. Nothing there, I'm telling you. We checked it out, walked around the house. Must be the smell of me old jag or something.
I'm sorry, lads. There's nothing. you say?
I was saying away. Nearly went to England one time.
The Queen was fierce disappointed, I believe, when you never showed.
Were you never in England at all?
I was in Liverpool there a few years ago when I worked in Cork. A crowd of us went over for the Grand National. 1989, rhyme and reason, with Brendan Powell on board. 10-1. Jesus. We drank for a week.
I had a few bob on him myself. Only problem was, it wasn't half enough.
That's the trouble with all of us. We never have enough fun when we win, huh? Were you into the gambling at all, Eamon?
Indeed I was. Had to give it up. Not that I ever backed that much, but I lost a lovely girl over it one time.
I had the same experience myself. Back this one. Up against the wall outside Lynch's Hall one night.
Come on, will you? We're trying to have a sensible conversation. Go on, Eamon, about this girl.
It was nothing really, just that I made the wrong decision, that's all. Stupid now when I think of it.
How come, Eamon?
It was the day of the point in this carol. I was to pick her up at 3 o'clock. We were going out about 3 months this time. We were going to meet our parents. First time, right?
Oh!
Christy Griffin had a horse and short race. A sure thing. The Bobs were scarce at myself at the time. But I said if I went to the races, got my bet on, and collected the winnings, I'd make it back in time to pick her up. She was a stickler on time. What I didn't realise was that the race was divided. My fellow was in the second divide. Anyway, I waited, put what I had in my pocket on it. Polly's pleasure, I won't forget it. 12-1.
Did it win?
3 links coming clear into that.
Don't tell me.
Down she came!
Not the good thing you thought it was, Eamon. What happened with herself?
Nearly 4:30 by the time I got to her. I wasn't in good form now, remember? The last few bob gone like. She bawled me out of it. The mother having a meal ready and all that stuff. Anyway, one word borrowed another in the end. Told her and her mother her to shove the meal.
Oh, yeah, boy.
And was that it?
More or less. Over the next few weeks I tried everything to win her over, but she wasn't having any of it. I'd learned my lesson with gambling after that. I knew there was no such thing as a good thing. It was time to give it up.
The only good thing you ever had, Eamon, boy, was that sister-in-law of yours, Blanche.
Drop it down, Brad!
So I'm only saying, that's up a good thing I hope. I always knew that one was a flyer.
I said drop it!
So I'm only saying.
Shut up!
Easy, no. Easy. Sit down, Richie. Sit down. Henny, is it yourself? Come in.
Well, I'm not sure that I should, Michael. I'm just anxious to have a quick word with Aidan.
Step in out of that catch. Come in, you're welcome.
How are the boys? I hope now that I'm not intruding. I wasn't sure if I should come in.
By any chance, Aunt Henny, were you outside there for a while?
Oh, I was, yeah. I saw ye coming out and I went around.
And did you enjoy what you saw? Oh,
well, I saw a bit of steam rising in that.
Don't mind him, Henny.
Here, Aunt Henny. Have a seat for yourself.
You're welcome, Annie.
Thanks, Billy.
You'll have a drink or something. Not a great choice, I'm afraid, but we could offer you a little drop.
You know, then I will, Michael. Thank you.
God, Henny, I thought a little drop of port was your drink.
Well, so it is. But I'll chance a drop of whiskey tonight. As they say, any port in a storm.
you'll excuse the pun of the thing. But no, Henny, I must go and raise the steam again.
That makes two of us.
Now, Henny.
Thank you, Mike. Oh, there's a cold one out there.
I'll put another bit of turf on the fire there. Now, you'll excuse me, Henny, if I join the boys for a minute.
I'm not sure you should have come, Henny. But now that you're here, not a word, okay?
Not a word, Billy. Not a word.
You're sure now? You're sure?
I'm sure. I'm sure. I wouldn't come down at all, only that I'm a bit bothered over something.
Bothered? Over what, Henny?
Well, there was these two fellas called this evening. Said they were going changing the electric meters, and it was going to cost me 280 euros.
Jesus, lads, the wind is whipping up out there, huh?
The house is watered now, Henny, so all is well.
Henny was just saying there, boys, how two fellas called this evening looking for money, saying they were from the ESB.
What's that, Henny?
I was telling Billy there was these two fellas called, and they said they were going changing the electric meters, and it was going to cost me 280 euros, and that I should pay him first. And if I didn't pay him, they'd turn the electric off on me.
And did you pay them, Henny?
Oh, sure, I only had the 70 euros till I go to the bank. They took that and said they'd be back.
Great God, lads, do you hear that? You did the right thing by coming down to us, Henny. Jesus, we better phone the girls, lads, huh?
Hold it, Mike. So if you do that whole couple here is blowing, it's late till morning.
I can do it, lads. First thing in the morning, Henny, I'll call up to you and we'll ring the guards about it.
I was bothered all the evening that they'd come back. I rang your place, Emma, but there was no answer.
I got rid of the landline, Henny. I'll just give you my mobile.
If they were to come back later on, what would I do?
Look, don't worry about it, Aunt Henny. I'll stay above with you tonight and we'll make the guards aware of it tomorrow.
I don't want to be a nuisance to you.
Eamon will look after it for you, Henny, and you his favourite auntie. So he has to look after his inheritance. A nice little house for him and a few acres when you move along.
And I know now that he's trying to rise me, you are, Mr. McGrath. But his aiming is the good boy.
Oh, he's good at lots of things, Henny. Will you try over one of them there, ma'am, and keep up the old stamina, like?
No, grand for the moment.
Here, Brick. Will you try another taste going at that there now, Henny?
Oh, great God, no. Is it drunk you want to make me?
Here I go on, so you might be drunk the way you are.
But just a tinge, so just a tinge, great God. You'll have me drunk.
Wanting to get your plastered, I am trying to take the main advantage.
The chap, McGrath.
I'm on it, boss. I'm on it.
Only saw Billy here at Mass this morning for the Holy Souls. Only a handful in the church. Sad to see it.
A lot of people after giving it up, Henny. Had to blame, I suppose, with all the stuff that went on. Christmas and Easter, the only time that they'd be going on.
We should be remembering our dead family members and friends that have passed away. Moreover at this time of year.
We said a prayer earlier for the man in this house, Henny. For Jack. Isn't that right, Brick? A great man and a mighty character.
Give him the full works, Henny. No more than he deserved.
Fine character, Jack, was that?
Jack the Sailor. That nickname stuck to him for a long time after he coming home, Brick.
Oh, jeez.
Spoke very fondly of his time in the Merchant Navy. I saw the world and beyond it. That was a great one of his when he gets steamed up. We'll give it Malabar. That was his song, the coast of Malabar, and the right Brick. Yeah, no one could sing it like him.
Indeed, it was. And of his mothers before him, God rest them all, no.
The best of pals, Jack and me. As the saying goes, we shared the secrets of our souls. Jack and me did.
Did you, Willie?
Chalk it down, Henny, warts and all.
How long was he in the Navy, Billy?
Oh, the best part of 12 years, Mike.
And did you never think of joining up yourself, Brick?
I never did, Eamon. Nor would Jack have either, I'd say, only for my mother singing that song. In fact, when he was a young lad, whenever she'd sing it, he'd always say, I'll go to Malabar, ma'am, when I'm big.
True to his word, that was Jack the Sailor.
What I'd like to know is, where is this Malabar anyway?
Isn't it in India, sir? You often heard us him singing it. Beneath an Indian star, dwell that
We know that, McGrath. We know that. But India is a small bit bigger than Ireland, like.
'Tis a long, narrow strip by all accounts, a couple of 100 miles long, he used to tell us. Down along the southwestern shore. Goa was one of the main ports there, I used to hear him say.
You have it, Brick, you have it. Goa, Kannur, Mangalore and Kanturk. In my dreams I'd oft times wander
Don't you muggle, boy.
to the far-off western shore.
And
The dark-eyed little maiden is there no more, no more. Many's the good night he's been there, he said. Wine, women and song, huh? A mighty man, Jack Wills.
No, a mighty man is right.
He told me one time, Henny, told me, he very nearly stayed in the city of Mangalore. Was very fond of a girl down there. Huh? Opened up his heart to me, he did. Very nearly jumped ship over her, he said. Aye.
Nearly jumped ship, did he? Oh, that'd be Jack, all right.
He sure did, Henny. In the city of Mangalore. Huh? Jack the Sailor, huh? A great man for the sing-song and a mighty man for the grey horse, too.
God, he was. Got a fair few dogs to clan men in his day, isn't that right, Brick?
Ah, that's right. He loved the greyhounds, true enough.
My little girls, that's what he called them.
My little girls. Jack was a great man.
None better, Henny, none better.
Oh, sure, we all love Jack. A great man Jack Reardon was.
Henny? Hey now. Where's all this coming from?
From a long way back, Abe. A long way back.
Henny, now look.
Sadly, though, not back far enough to forget. Loved his greyhounds, did he? Will he? Called them, what did you say again? His little girls.
You have it, Henny, you have it.
So, didn't we all win a pack at that time with the brindle bitch, huh? Speedy chick. You all flag wasn't it, Billy?
That's right. Speedy chick, that was the one, all right.
Oh, a flyer. Another one up from Trilly Yates there.
His little girls. His little girls, that's what he called them, wasn't it, Willie? Well, that's a good one, all right.
You're on the ball, Henny, on the ball.
Henny,
Well, 'tis a pity so he didn't love the little girl he should have loved. That's all I'm saying.
Henny, no. Tonight of all nights, can we not let the dead rest?
I don't see, Billy Reardon, just how your brother could rest easy.
Aunt Henny, can't you leave it now?
Don't.
Whatever it is.
Don't his little girls, or the dark-eyed maiden over in India, wherever that place was. Well, 'tis a pity so he didn't want to know his own dark-eyed little girl here at home. The one he was responsible for father.
Jack, no way, Henny.
Little you know, Willie. There's one secret he didn't share with you.
Aunt Henny, easy there now. You don't know what you're saying.
Know what I'm saying? Well, I know what I'm saying. Did your mother never tell you, Eamon?
Tell me what, Aunt Henny?
About your little sister Katie that we lost.
Katie? What about Katie? Billy?
Your aunt is a bit upset, Eamon, that's all.
And good reason I have to be upset.
Are you saying that my mother and Jack...
No, your mother, Eamon. Your mother was an angel. That's what she was, an angel.
Billy? Is what she's saying true? That Jack was Katie's father?
'Tis a long story, Eamon.
Long or not, I want to hear it. Oh, for God's sake, tell me, will ya? Was Jack Katie's father?
He was, Eamon. He was. But
Annie. No. No, but my mother was...
Your mother was an angel. That's what she was, even an angel. 'Cause she took me in when I was carrying Jack Reardon's child. Your mother, Eiley, she was nursing in Cork. She was only 2 months married and she took me in and she cared for me as best she could. And when my time came and Bessborough was staring me in the face, but she didn't send me there, wouldn't let me go there, saved me from all that. And when my little baby girl was born, she took her in and she reared her as her own, so she did.
Jesus. Am I dreaming this or what? Billy, have you anything to say? Do you hear what Hanny's been saying about my mother? My sister! And your brother!
I'm sorry, Eamon. I'm sorry that you should hear about it this way, because your mother often said she'd tried to tell you many a time, but you were only 6 when Katie died. And your father, he was a great man. A lovely man to go along with it all. God be good to him. He saved them at home from the scandal of it all. Saved us all. And he saved Jack Reardon's blushes too.
You gave me your word, Henny, that you'd never talk of it.
I did, Billy. I did. And I'm sorry. Just when you were there tonight, it's killed me all these years not to be able to say it. And I'm thankful to you for all you did, for the money and everything I had.
You know all about this, Billy.
Look, now, I'd sooner let the dead rest if you don't mind, Eamon. Eiley is dead. Little Katie is dead. And my brother Jack is dead. So let them all rest in peace now. Please, let you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Billy. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry I couldn't keep it all in. And when you were singing his praises there tonight, it made my blood boil. I loved him, Billy. I thought he loved me. Made me promise to keep our meeting secret. Told me he loved me when he wanted what he got from me. He didn't love me. He didn't.
So, that's why she asked me to take care of you, Aunt Annie. The night before she died. Her last words to me. Take care of Henny.
That would be your mothering.
Will we try another drinklet? Eamon?
Look, well, maybe we've enough for one night, huh? Unless you feel like one, Eamon.
I'm through anyway.
Or you, Billy.
Oh, no thanks, Mike.
Oh, I'm after spoiling the whole night, and you know that. I'm sorry.
Not at all, Henny. Here. I'll walk you home and we'll get the fire going again. And maybe you can fill me in a bit more.
Thanks, Eamon, for not being cross with me.
No. The shock of it all.
You're a good man, my dear, there, Henny.
The best, Henny. The best.
I say good night to you, so, Min. And Billy, I'm sorry, because you were always very good to me, Billy.
Come on, Aunt Henny. Just he should be apologising. Not you. Fuck you, Brick! You should have told me! You should have! And lads, what we heard here tonight, we keep to ourselves. Mike?
Sure, Evan.
Mind if I a takeaway, Mike?
The chart, McGrath. Don't forget the chart.
I couldn't forget it if I tried, Mike boy. And Brick, I run you over.
You go on away, McGrath. I'll drop Billy up.
Sure. 'Twasn't a bad all night after all, lads, huh? To be continued, like the Lone Ranger. Good night, Brick, old stock. And thanks for this, like.
You're welcome, Will. Safe home to you now.
Jack the sailor, huh? And he the dark horse now. The secrets of our souls, me whole.
Bolt from the blue there, Brick, what? I did hear it drawn up at our house one time. Years ago now. Both Jack and Hattie been great for a while back then. Uncle Tim was home from England and we were having a bit of a gathering the night before he left. There was nothing said about a child though.
We may have our secrets, Mike, but they're half kept.
Yeah. Maybe what happened tonight is for the best. Well, for Hanny's sake anyway, to get it off her chest. And indeed for Eamon too, to know the truth, like.
I don't blame him for being angry. Not nice finding out like that the little girl was never a sister to him.
He'll get over it, I'm sure. And I won't say anything about it, Billy. And I'll tell McGrath to keep his trap shut.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, one last quick one for the road, huh? Yeah. A toast, Brick. To all those who have gone before us. Huh?
Amen to that.
Well, Solid. Will we be making tracks?
You know, but I think I'll stay. I'd like to, the night that's in it and all, for Jack, if you don't mind.
Rick, are you sure now?
I'm certain, Mike, certain. I can say me a few prayers here and be the fire, and I'll be right as rain.
You're sure you'll be okay now?
Certain, Mike, certain.
Hey, I'll be off, so. Take care.
God bless, Mike.
See you tomorrow night.
Safe home to you. That you, Jack?